Hey there, everybody. Happy Monday, by the way. Welcome to today's live session. I'm changing it up a little bit and I'm going to do a Monday afternoon session just because this was one of the times that was requested by some of you when I put the poll out there a couple weeks ago, whenever that was. So today I want to talk about something that that can really have a really massive impact on how you feel every single day. And that being mindful eating and watching, not just mindful eating, but watching what you're eating. Have you ever noticed, have you ever noticed how some meals leave you feeling really, really energized afterwards and clear-headed, while others make you feel really sluggish and drained, like you want to go take a nap right away or shortly after eating them? The reason that is because it's not just about what you're eating, it's also about how you're eating when you're eating. What we eat directly affects our mood and energy and our overall well-being. So it's really, really important to pay attention to how you are feeling and who you're being essentially when you're eating. Now, this is one of two key aspects when it comes to mindful eating. The big one that I'm not really going to touch much on today is what you're eating. There are so many processed foods out there these days. It's hard to know exactly what you're eating. So if you can eliminate as many processed foods from your diet as you possibly can and focus more on whole foods, fruits, veggies, foods, whole foods that if you look at the ingredient list, they don't have a long list of names that you can't even pronounce. Whole foods have the least amount of ingredients in them because that means that your body is able to digest them and get the nutrients from them more easily than all those other processed foods that have so many more ingredients in them. So, in this live today, I'm going to share three really powerful tips to help you eat more mindfully so that you can start to feel, or if you're already someone who is more mindful when you're eating, you can continue to feel more energized and focused and in control of your health and your life. And I want to also point out if you're joining me live, say hi in the comments and let me know where you're joining from. I love connecting with all of you when I get back to reading all the messages. So, going back to the three powerful tips to keep in mind when you're eating. Now, I touched base just a little bit on what you're eating, but now I really want to focus on who you're being essentially while you're eating, and three big tips that can really, really help you. The first tip, slow down when you're eating and savor each and every bite. We live in such a fast-paced world these days that we often rush through our meals without even really tasting our food. How many times do you sit in your car and you're eating on your way to work, or you run through the drive-through quick, which those are really bad foods for you, but I'm not going to go there right now. You run through the drive-through quick and you're eating on your way back to work, or you scarf down your meal because you have a meeting coming up in 10 minutes and you have to get something to eat because you're not going to have the opportunity to after until after these meetings. Our lives are so fast-paced that it is really, really important to be able to slow down, especially when you're eating. Chew your food thoroughly and enjoy each and every bite, so that you give your body not only the nutrition that it needs. When you slow down and actually are slowing down when you're eating, your body has the ability then to recognize when you're actually getting full, and it helps your body digest the food better so that you are more satisfied for longer. Now, I'm curious if you've ever noticed or if you've ever kept track of how long it takes you to eat a meal. I can bet that most people eat a meal in 10 minutes or less. By the time they sit down and actually start eating that plate of food that's in front of them, I bet it is 10 minutes or less. I know this because I've timed myself. The very first time I timed myself eating something, I think it took me less than 3 minutes to finish a full meal, a full plate of food. Ideally, your meals should take you 15 to 20 minutes from start to finish when eating. Some tips that can help with you slowing down is putting your fork down between each bite, or even just taking a really deep breath before you start eating and before you take that next bite. Those are a couple things that you can try to help you slow down when you're eating. Tip number two is really get in tune with your body's hunger cues. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, we eat out of habit, not because we're hungry. We eat because we're stressed or we're bored instead of true hunger. Learning to recognize whether you're physically hungry versus emotionally hungry and want to eat something because you're just bored and have to put something in your mouth can really make a difference in how you feel. And a lot of times we think we're bored, we think we're hungry, but maybe it's our body's trying to tell us that we need to take another drink of water because we haven't gotten hydrated enough during the day. So before reaching for food, pause and ask yourself, am I really hungry right now? Do I need something to drink? Or is something else going on? Am I really bored? If it's stress, maybe you need to step away and take a quick walk or do a quick little breathing exercise. Whatever it is, listen to your body. It will tell you what you actually need. It'll tell you what you need. And tip number three, you want to make sure that you're choosing foods that that really nourish you and energize you. And this kind of goes back to what I talked about at the very beginning with picking whole foods. What you eat directly affects your mood and your energy. And there are so many good mood foods out there. You could Google it, but I can tell you blueberries, bananas, spinach, salmon, sweet potatoes, I think, is even on that list, are just a few of the whole foods that you can be eating that actually help boost your mood. And here in UQuest, I mean, that's the purpose of all this is to be happier and live a happier, more joyful life. So again, going back to the processed foods and even excess sugar, too much sugar can really cause crashes. I don't know if you noticed, but if you have a meal that is really high in sugar and lots of sweetness to it, it's likely within a couple hours you really feel like taking a nap. That's because your body is crashing from not from all the sugar that it just took in that meal that you ate. So paying attention to how much sugar you're ingesting during the day and those processed foods is really going to make a huge difference. Whole the whole foods, more nutrient dense foods help sustain your energy a lot longer and help keep you mentally clear. So start paying attention to how different foods actually really make you feel. Maybe you need to keep a little journal and write down what you're eating and then how you're feeling after it so that you know what foods are energizing you and which ones are taking away your energy. So just to really quickly recap on these three tips, the three mindful eating tips are one, slow down and savor your food. Two, listen to your body and those hunger cues that it's giving you. Our bodies are very intelligent and they know exactly what they need. It's just us paying attention to what it's trying to tell us. And then three, choose more whole foods that are going to nourish and energize you for a lot longer throughout the day. And I'd really love to hear from you. So if you have watched this or you are watching it, I'm curious if any of these tips that I've given have resonated with you. And maybe you're someone that's already practicing these. If so, leave me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, if you're someone that really wants to dive deeper into more mindful eating and ways that you can incorporate healthier habits into your day, I actually have a program specific to that that helps you do that. So if you're interested in that, drop me a message so we can hop on a call to see if that program's the right fit for you. Otherwise, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Monday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with a friend that you think it could help. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next live.